Okay, everybody, let's welcome Bryson DeChambeau, the captain of Crushers GC, Brooks Koepka, the captain of Smash GC, and Joaquin Niemann, the captain of Torquay GC. Welcome, guys. I'm going to start off asking the same question to you that I asked the last group. How are you guys utilizing LIV Miami to prepare for Augusta next week? I'll start with you, Bryson.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a great test of golf. You got to be on your game pretty much every hole out here, and it's kind of a good start, I would say, for kind of get us in a major mindset, just with how difficult the test is. And for me, that's the way I'm going to look at it this week, and obviously try to do my best this week to win. But you know, eyes are set pretty hard on next week as well, and just trying to maximize the time out here and try to do the best I can out here, but also prepare for next week.
Brooks?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the first big boy golf course we've played this year. You know, it's you got to be able to ball strike it out here. You know, and this golf course doesn't really let you. It's the first time. I mean, if you miss it, you know, your target by 4 or 5 yards out here, you can make bogey very quickly, double. You know, it's a tough golf course, and you gotta be able to ball strike it here and ball strike it at Augusta, and I think that's why it's such a good prep.
And Wako?
Yeah, I mean, just same as they say, it's one of the first courses that we play that are, you know, that you gotta hit it good from everywhere of your game. You gotta hit it long, you gotta hit it straight, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good preparation for me as well. It's a good place, this course, to get committed into your game and get a good preparation for what is coming next week, which I'm really looking forward to.
Great. So we have 13 players, as you guys saw, participating next week. Last year, first place, second place, third place, and fourth place was John Rahm, Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, and Patrick Reed, all LIV Golf players. What do you guys think the chances are of a LIV player taking home the green jacket next week are? I'll start with you, Brooks.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, obviously chances are pretty good. There's a lot of good players. I don't know how many guys are in the field. What, usually about 90, right? Yeah. Usually about 90, so, you know, probably got, what, 15%? You're better at math and numbers and all this stuff, so probably 15%
like
chance.
It's
so,
it's like 15 to 20, depending
you know,
on how
and then
look
when
at
you
it.
start breaking all the numbers down, you know what, no amateurs, no first-time winner, I don't know, it probably goes to, what, 70?
Yeah, I'd say like 70, and then people are nervous. You know, you cut a couple of them out just because of that, and their games aren't playing well and all that. Yeah.
I can give that whole speech again, but I'm not. I'll save everybody the 5 minutes. But yeah, no, I like the chances. A lot of guys playing well. Obviously, Waco's played really good this year. I've watched Bryson from last year in I believe, where was it, Singapore, Thailand. We played together, and I started to watch what's come for the last, I don't know, 8 months. I guess it would be about 8 months now. Yep. Kind of watch that progression go, so that's been kind of cool. I could see him kind of starting to round the corner. And then, I don't know, I don't start playing good till March, so this is kind of my time.
Wako, you are on a hot streak heading into Augusta. How confident are you feeling next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good start of the year. Obviously, it's different type of golf courses we're going into the majors. Augusta is, I think it's a golf course that I've been enjoying the last couple of years. I haven't had a really good result yet, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward for it. If I keep playing the way I'm playing, I know I'm gonna have a good chance to win. So we'll be excited to get there, play good golf, and obviously, yeah, I mean, see all these guys also, they won a few already. It's nice to be around them and getting to play against them and learn also is pretty good for me.
Awesome. Well, I'll turn it over here.
How do you all like the team format? How's that working out with the team format? It seems from the younger generation, they love it.
That's Bryson.
Yeah, I mean, our team's obviously done pretty well this year and last year. From a team aspect, I just think it's awesome how we can get together, come together, and when people are struggling, when teammates are struggling, you can lift them up, pick them up. That was a big thing last year. I was struggling pretty badly, and Ed, Paul, Charles, and Bond just kind of get right next to me and be like, dude, we're going to figure this out. Like, let's go. And they even came out and helped me on the driving range and trying to figure out my golf swing and whatnot. So it's really cool to have that sort of aspect. It feels very similar to college golf. And that's what I personally like the most about it, just being around a group of guys that you like and enjoy and you can have a good time with on and off the golf course. Man, there's too many times that I've been out here already where I'm like, I can't see this any other way. This is just the coolest thing that I've ever experienced in professional golf, just for this long duration that we've been a part of it. Look, the Ryder Cup's obviously stands alone in its own right. Majors stand alone in its own right. But I'd say the golf out here is a lot of fun and just a different, fresh, new perspective on the professional game of golf, and that's why I love it.
Brooks, how much did your performance at Augusta last year validate in your mind that you were back and allowed you to do what you did at the PGA? And also, for you and Bryson, Rory yesterday said he didn't think golf could be sustainable in its current form. How much do you think that the sides need to come together?
As far as what Roy said, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to tell the future. I mean, I have no control over anything, so I'm just kind of keep going wherever they tell me to go. You know, same with the PGA Tour guys. They don't. I just don't think anybody knows the future. Nobody knows on this side. Nobody knows on that side, and it's up to people that are more important than me and more important than those, you know, a bunch of the players to decide. So we'll just we'll let them figure it out and go from there. And then what was the first part? I mean, I already knew that. I think it was more, I mean, I kept telling everybody, but nobody believed me. So I think it was more validation for everybody else.
Brooks, have you been back to Augusta since last year? And do you feel like between 2019 and last year that it's kind of only a matter of time for you to tick that one off?
I mean, I always thought I was going to win. I mean, I can, like I said, I can run down those numbers. I mean, it's statistically your best chance to win a major. But no, I haven't been back.
Just to follow up on the question for Bryson and Joaquin, just how important do you think, whether you know what's going on or not between the sides talking, how important is it for golf that something is resolved, and is that end game is the best result for that for you guys to come together, or do you think, you know, LIV will be just as well standing on its own?
Well, there's multiple ways that you can solve this problem. I think that from a player's perspective, it needs to come back together for the fans, number one. The fans are what drive this sport. If we don't have fans, we don't have golf. We're not up here entertaining. So that's the most important thing as of right now, the low-hanging fruit. There's got to be a way to come together. How that comes together, that's above all of us out here. We can give input. We can have little moments where we say, hey, we think this would be a good idea or that would be a good idea. But ultimately, it's up to the guys up top to figure it out and figure it out quickly, because we can't keep going this direction. It's not sustainable for sure, and we all respect that and recognize that and want the best for the game of golf. We all love this game. We want to keep playing it. We want to keep competing. So the only answer is for us to somehow come together in some sort of terms where it makes sense, and for us to be playing all again in somewhat of the same boat. It's great to have the majors where we come together, but we want to be competing. At least I want to be competing every week with all of the best players in the world, for sure.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like right now is the game of golf is kind of divided a little bit, and I feel like they gotta do it for the fans and for everybody getting more entertainment. And I feel like, yeah, they gotta. I mean, it's not between us. I mean, I feel like the players we are just here and we need to make birdies to make everything better, and it's up to other people to come into an agreement and know what is gonna be the best for game, and have all those guys working into the same direction and not thinking against each other.
And real quickly, it needs to happen fast. Like, it's not a 2-year thing. Like it needs to happen quicker rather than later. It's just for the good of the sport. Too many people are losing interest.
Brooks, looking back last year, how strange was that whole setting for you Saturday, Sunday, and having I think it was a 4-shot lead, ending Saturday on hole 7 or something, and then the weather, and Sunday having to play, you know, all those extra holes. Just what was when you look back at that, just what do you think of that? What's your takeaway from that day, from Sunday especially?
And that's what happens when you play an outdoor sport. Like it's part of golf. It's not the first time it's happened. Not gonna be the last time. I don't think it's anything different. I mean, I had a 7-shot lead at Bethpage. So it's not anything that's uncomfortable playing with the lead. Yeah, we had to play a few extra holes, but I mean, I think everybody doesn't mind playing a few extra holes at Augusta on Sunday.
This really be for all three of you. Are there specific shots or holes out here that will be reminiscent of what you'll face next week?
I don't know. It's too much thinking for me.
Yeah.
I've already done my prep, man. I'm just trying to figure out and make any last-second tweaks I can.
I'd second that. I mean, every hole is demanding out here, so whether it's going to relate to next week, great. If it doesn't, so be it. We're still playing golf on a golf course, and there's grass, there's a hole, there's wind, same stuff. We just got to execute the shots under the pressure.
Yeah, I feel like the same. You gotta hit the shot, and here this course is asking you to be 100% committed into every shot and hit that shot. So I think looking at it that way, I feel like it's a good preparation into next week.
And one last question. Obviously, we've got this regular season where it's three strokes round event as opposed to last year where it's match play and then a stroke play on the final day. How does that change the dynamic of this week versus the first two?
Yeah, I think it's a tough course, so you're gonna see some high scores, and whoever is playing good is gonna definitely take advantage of that. And I feel like last year being match play, I mean, especially out here, there's holes that are tough, and last year you could win holes with bogey. Here is gonna count every shot, and you gotta be in play, and I think you gotta be probably a little bit more smarter in the golf course.
Oh, hey guys, it's John from CBS 12 in West Palm. You kind of joked, too much thinking, about next week, but how often, I'm just curious, does your mind go there when it's the tournament the week before the Masters, whether, how you have to line your game up at this moment 1 week before the first major?
I mean, you want to make sure that you're focused and ready for the next week. Obviously, it's a major. Still trying to win this week. To be honest, it's just as much as I'd like to try and elevate it, I try to, control those emotions and whatnot. Realize and respect what the Masters is, but focus on each and every day what you're doing to be the best you possibly can that day. And hopefully it accumulates to playing really good golf over the next couple weeks. That's just the mindset I have of that.
Brooks?
Yeah, I mean, we've already done our stuff since December, and then it just amplifies. Usually March 1's kind of my go or for Augusta, and then I actually do the opposite. I crank things up. So, yeah, I mean, this whole week is just to see what I've done the past 2-3 weeks, how many weeks we've had off, and see where everything's at. Make sure not so focused on the results, just in the process of doing what I wanted to do out there and making sure certain things are fine, and yeah, just kind of checking things off. And that's all it is. It's not a result thing.
Hey guys, Pro Golf Critic. This is mostly for Bryson. I wanted to sort of shift gears a little bit to your YouTube channel, and obviously you kind of get a lot of enjoyment out of it. It seems like you're able to really flex some creative muscle. Do you want to talk about that a little bit and sort of how much of that you sort of shared with some of your fellow players as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think LIV has afforded me that opportunity to expand outside my scope, just with the 3-day events compared to 4 days, and then we have 14 events compared to us playing a lot more out on the other side. So it's allowed me the opportunity to grow the YouTube side of the coin. Personally, for me, my whole reason in doing so is growing the game from 100 million golfers currently as it is today, close to that, to 150 in the next decade, and I want to help be a little bit of a part of that. So I think YouTube's the next generation. It's where every kid is watching their entertainment, and certainly Mr. Beast has shown that there's a huge following, a huge base over there, and just to capture a little bit of that and bring him over to the game of golf is something I want to do, and kind of shows a bit of the creative side that I have too. I'm super analytical. I love understanding numbers, but it's also fun to create and create an entertaining product for kids to watch and hopefully get inspired by and want to go play golf from it. So that's one of the reasons why I have the YouTube channel, and we'll continue to grow that. And if everybody wants to like and subscribe and follow, you can do that too. But in all honesty, like, I think it's a great platform to help grow the game of golf.
Joaquin, what did it mean to you to get that invitation, and what does that say about somebody who went out to earn that invitation from the Masters and went around the world playing? It was your goal, and you achieved that.
Yeah, obviously it was kind of frustrating at the start to not being into the majors. I mean, obviously because of the world ranking. I mean, I'm not a past champion before I joined LIV, so it was, I mean, and the only way to get into the major was world ranking, and yeah, I mean, we didn't have any of that here, so I had to give myself a chance at the end of the year to be inside the top 50, and that's why I went to Australia, and kind of having that challenge of that feeling, that extra pressure of being, needed to do something, and I feel like that. Feeling that pressure, I like it, and playing golf with that, it kind of motivates me a lot to get better and play better. So, also, I mean, I didn't play my best game during the season last year, and I ended up playing good golf. So, I wanted to go there and kind of see more results. See the way I was playing. I knew I was gonna give myself a chance, and that's why I went there and play in Australia. So it was pretty cool to see the Master give me an invite, because I mean I was trying hard, but then at the end of the day I know I should be inside the majors, and I mean I feel like it was kind of their responsibility to do that.
Awesome. Great luck this week and next week, guys.
Thank you.